Hello students, myself Professor Ankur. I welcome everyone for the GATE sum session on analog circuits. Today we are going to solve important sums on differential amplifier. So let's start with the first sum session on differential amplifier. Let's take the first question. This is from the GATE 2016 EC paper. And the question is, the resistor R1 in the circuitry shown below has been adjusted so that I1 equal to 1 milliampere. So let's have a look at the circuit first. So here is the circuitry and the R1 is adjusted such that the current I1 is actually 1 milliampere. The bipolar transistor Q1 and Q2 are perfectly matched and have very high current gain, so their base currents are negligible. The supply voltage VCC is 6 volt. The thermal voltage KT by Q is 26 millivolt. The value of R2 in ohms for which I2 is equal to 100 microampere is. So now the first thing we need to understand here is the base current is actually negligible. So the current that is flowing from the resistance R1 was actually going to split into three components: the collector current of the first transistor and the two base currents IB1 and IB2. But since we are going for negligible base currents, we can say that the current flowing through R1 is going to be as good as IC1. Also, since the beta is very high, we can neglect the value of IB and automatically IC will become equal to IE. With that concept, if the emitter current of the first transistor I1 is equal to I1, that current is actually equal to IC1. So now from this we can start with the solution. So IC is basically defined as IS e raised to VB by VT. That's the definition. So when I go for VB1, it will become VT log of IC1 by IS, and on similar lines VB2 will become VT log of IC2 by IS. So what do you get here is VB1 minus VB2, and the value will come as VT log of IC1 by IC2, where IC1 is as good as your current I1 and IC2 is as good as your current I2. So automatically you will get the value of R2 as VB1 minus VB2 by I2, which is going to be now substituted as VT log of I1 by I2. So on substitution, you will get 598.67 ohms. So what have you done here? We have first taken the basic current equation of collector current. We have derived the relation in terms of VBE. We have taken the difference of both the VBE because that will be used in calculation of your R2. So now when I take R2, which is VB1 minus VB2 by 2, you are putting the value of VB1 minus VB2 as VT log of IC1 by IC2. IC1 is same as I1 and IC2 is same as I2, and both the values are available. The value of VT is also given as 26 millivolt. So I2 value is also available as 100 microampere. So on substituting, you will get the value of R2 as 598.67 ohms. So this is the answer, 598.67. This question is from the GATE 2019 EC paper. Let's have a look at the question. The question is in the circuitry shown below. So let's have a look at the circuitry. So here is the circuitry. All transistors are N-channel enhancement mode MOSFETs. They are identical and are biased to operate in saturation mode. Ignoring channel length modulation, the output voltage Vout is. So if you observe the diagram carefully, MOSFET 1 and MOSFET 2, they are actually a part of your constant current sources, and MOSFET 3 and MOSFET 4 are actually connected together, and you will find that all of them are basically N-channel MOSFETs. So for MOSFET 3 and MOSFET 4, when you look at MOSFET 3, the drain is as good as your Vout, the source is grounded, and the gate is connected to the drain of MOSFET 2. And when you talk about MOSFET 4, you will find the gate and the drain are actually shorted, and the source point is basically your Vout point. So now the first thing we need to understand here is, when we start with the solution, you can easily see that for MOSFET 1, there is a top current source which is sourcing a current of 1 milliampere. So now if the current is 1 milliampere, that current will be now as good as ID1. And that's the reason we take ID1 equal to 1 milliampere. Now since MOSFETs are actually matched, and ID1 will become equal to ID2 because it's a part of the current mirror circuitry, the value of drain current 2 is going to be 1 milliampere. So it is as good as the current flowing through 4 kilo ohm resistor is 1 milliampere. So now what we are trying to figure out is the value of VG3, the gate potential 3. So if you observe the top section, there is a 6-volt battery, and then the 6-volt battery is having a link that goes through the 4 kilo ohm resistor. So now I can find the VG3 value as the voltage 6 volt minus 4K into 1 milliampere. That VG3 will come as 2 volt. The VG3 is as good as VGS3. Next, VG4 is going to be same as 6 volt. Now how do we got VG4 as 6 volt? If you observe carefully, for the MOSFET 4, the drain point is at 6 volt and the drain and gate are actually shorted. So automatically you will get the value of gate potential as 4 volt. Our main interest is to find the value of Vout, which is either by finding the node point, node voltage VD3, or you can find a node voltage VS4, because the source of the fourth MOSFET and the drain of the third MOSFET are connected at the Vout point. So when you want the value of Vout, you are either supposed to find the value of drain potential 3 or source potential 4. So ID3 is going to be ID4 because both the MOSFETs are connected such that the current coming from the top, that will be the ID4 value, the same current will flow through MOSFET 3, that is going to be ID3 value. So we are taking VGS3 as 3 volt. So now since ID3 and ID4 are actually same, you will land up at the relation VGS3 minus VT is equal to VGS4 minus VT. So automatically we can conclude VGS3 is same as VGS4. So VGS4 is basically VG4 minus VS4. So VGS4 is going to be 2 is equal to 6 minus VS4. So automatically the value of VS4 is going to be 4 volt. So if you observe carefully the definition, VS4, we are getting the solution as 4 volt. So when we take the value as 4 volt, you can say the output Vout will have a voltage of 4. So this is the answer. VS4 is equal to 4 volt. Next question. This is from the GATE 2019 EC paper. Let's have a look at the question. The question says, in the circuitry shown, V1 is at 0 volt, V2 is equal to VDD. The other relevant parameters are mentioned in the figure. Ignoring the effect of channel length modulation and body effect, the value of Iout is dash milliampere. Round off to 1 decimal place. Let's have a look at the circuitry. So here is a huge circuitry where you can see in all there are 7 MOSFETs. Now if you observe the section carefully, you can see MOSFET 1 and MOSFET 2. Every MOSFET is assigned its own W by L ratio. MOSFET 1 is connected to a current source of 1 milliampere, and the VDD battery is actually helping the current source to generate that current of 1 milliampere. Secondly, when you look at the MOSFET 2, you will have the drain current 2 flowing through it. And if you can observe the top section, it is actually connected to 4 MOSFETs. M3, M4, M5 and M6, where you can again see M6 and M7 are again a part of current mirror logic type circuits. So the most important point we need to understand here is that even if the circuits are having current mirror behavior, the currents are not matched here because the W by L ratio for all the MOSFETs are not same. They are actually having a relation. So now let's start with the solution. So when we start with the solution, ID2 by ID1 will be equal to W by L2 by W by L1. W by L ratio for MOSFET 2 is 3 and the W by L ratio for MOSFET 1 is 2. So automatically ID2 by ID1 will become 3 by 2. For MOSFET 1, the value of drain current is 1 milliampere because whatever current is generated by the current source with a value of 1 milliampere, that current is as good as your ID1. Now you can get the value of ID2 as 1.5 times ID1. So since ID1 is 1 milliampere, ID2 will become 1.5 milliampere. Now, the most important point here is when you look at the behavior of M3 and M4, M3 is having a gate potential controlled by V1. And since V1 is at zero potential, M3 is in the off state. If it is in the off state, it will work like an open circuit. So it is as good as M3 and M5 are disconnected from the circuitry. So even if they have a physical presence, they are as good as absent from the main circuitry. And what about M4? We are having the gate potential V2 equal to VDD. So eventually that section will be active. So now I can easily conclude that the value of drain current 2, which was actually equal to ID3 plus ID4, the ID3 is going to be 0 because M3 was in the off state. So whatever drain current 2 you get, that current is going to be same as ID4. So ID4 current is 1.5 milliampere. Now the current flowing through MOSFET 4 is same as the current flowing through MOSFET 6. And MOSFET 6 and MOSFET 7 are having a current mirror relation. So now we can go for that relation. ID7 by ID6 is equal to W by L of 7 divided by W by L of 6. W by L ratio for MOSFET 7 is 40 and W by L ratio for MOSFET 6 is 10. So the ratio will be 4. So ID7 will be 4 times ID6. So ID4 is same as ID6 equal to 1.5 milliampere, and then ID7 will be 4 times that value. So 4 times that value will give you 1.5 into 4, which is going to be 6 milliampere. So the value of I out, which is as good as your ID7, is 6 milliampere. So this is the solution.